Acharya Sabose Ramachandra Ji ki Jai. Or Sikram, Namaste, and welcome to each and every one of you here tonight. We are gathered here for satsang, for glorifying, for chanting, and for implementing that name of Bhagwan in our minds at all times. Today is a very auspicious day in the home. It marks the Janmadin, if I'm correct, the 60th Janmadin of the Mataji of this home. May Bhagwan bless you and continue to bless you now and always. Health, wealth, strength, and prosperity now and always. Together with your friends and your family, you have decided to take that time from the hustle and bustle of this world to dedicate yourself to the feet of Bhagwan on a day like today, Sunday. She did not have to do that, but she chose to do that. And many of us, some of us might get the opportunity, some of us already have the opportunity, and some of us do not know when we have the opportunity. Bhagwan says, whenever we get the opportunity to sing, to glorify, to chant, to listen to satsang or puja, we must always make it the right opportunity, no matter what it may be in this world. Because Bhagwan says, it creates good karma, good actions upon each and every one of us in this single life which is called the Manu Sharir. Manu means man, and Sharir, it means the flesh. So Manu Sharir, it means the flesh of man. He said, great is the man to accumulate the human body, but what will man do with that body? And great indeed is this Mataji here today. She has taken and she has made a sacrifice to do this puja and to do this satsang and dedicate it not to herself but to her village, to her friends and to her family. Because when we do satsang, we do not do satsang for selfish reason, we do satsang for selfless reason in this world. We give back to society. So at this time, I invite everyone to sit upright. Let us all clasp our hands, let us close our eyes, and let us meditate. Let us pray, let us concentrate, and let us fall prostrate at the feet of Bhagwan. As we first of all light that first lamp with that first diya in our heart, that diya of purity, which remove all such negativities from one's life. Let us sit upright, let us meditate, let us relax the body and guard all the thoughts. Meditate upon the divine being in the depth of our heart, for the supreme being is the one source of all love, of all strength, of all wisdom, of all inheritable one. He is the one who seems to be so far from us, but in fact, He is the most one who is even closer to each and every one of us in our lives. We can find Him in the depth of our heart. We do not have to go and travel nowhere in this world to find God, for the Lord resides in our hearts now and always. Whatever power, whatever we have experienced in this world, it is all due to Bhagwan Himself. It is stated in Ramayan, without the will or the power of God, that even one single blade of grass on this earth will move. So we must always give thanks to Bhagwan for what He has given us in this world. We can never repay God, we can never repay our mother and father, we can never repay no man in this world. We can pay physically, but spiritually, we cannot do nothing in this world. So Bhagwan says, let us pray and always think of Him at all times in our minds. And only through that form of meditation, we can find God in our hearts. You remove obstacles and we chant His mantra, Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Guru Charana Turdyo चैतन्ये विश्वतये कारणीश्वरम् तस्मै नमो श्री विनाशनाय। विवेक शंकर भगवान जपेगा मंत्र Om Namah Shivaya will remove such negative forces in what we call death or any accidental purposes as we chant from the depth of our heart Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Trayavakam Yachamhe Sugadmushtivardhanam Udumaluname Mandana Mityudamokshiyamamritam. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahma Murari Tripurantagari Bharushashi Bhumisatuvascha Guru Shukra Shanirda Gita Guruvanta Savame Mama Sauprabhatam. Om Rama Ramete Rame Rame Manurame Sahasranam Tatulyam Shri Rama Rama. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru
Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Om Asato Ma Sarvaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mityudama Vratam Gamaya Mityudama Vratam Gamaya. Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Durge Rupena Samstita Namaste
Namaste Namaste Namo Namah.
Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Lakshmi Rupena Samstita Namaste
Namaste Namaste Namo Namah.
Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Saraswati Rupena Samstita Namaste
Namaste Namaste
Om Namo Narayana Hare Om Namo Narayana Om Namo Narayana Hare Om Namo Narayana
Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Namo Narayana
Om Namo Narayana Hare Om Namo Narayana
Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Namo Narayana
Om Namo Narayana Hare Om Namo Narayana
Om Namo Narayana Hari Om Namo Narayana
Om Namo Narayana Hare Om Namo Narayana
Om Namo Narayana
Hare Om Namo Narayana Hare Om Namo Narayana Hare Om Namo Narayana Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya
Hare Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Vasudevang Sutam Devam Kamsacharudamardanam Devaki Pranamaranam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Ganganati Vachalam Pangulam Jayate Gadam Yakripatamaham Vade Paramanandam Maranam Om Yam Brahma Varundra Rudramalotaha Sumvanti Devyai Savai Vedai Sanga Prakramo Ganeshai Mayantiyam Sadana Dhyanavasi Prakate Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyanam Navedo Surasudana Devai Tashmai Namah Everybody recite this for me. Om Gita Ganga Chagayatri Sita Satya Saraswati Brahmavidya Brahmavali Trisanya Mukti Gehini Ardhamatra Chirananda Bhava Agni Bhai Nashini Vedatri Parananta Tatvarta Gyan Manjari Om Shri Gita Mata Devyai Namaha Prem Zalo Shri Vrindavani Nalaki we sing Ramayan Katha, and we engage tonight satsang. Yesterday was a very auspicious day in our lives. Yesterday was called Guru Purnima. The Guru, which is the teacher, which it is stated in scriptures, that one who takes us out of darkness and that one who brings us into light. Enlightening us in such a way and guiding us in such a way so that we can find the spiritual and the supreme master of this universe. Now many of us in this world have a guru, many of us do not have a guru, and many of us, and most of us, our guru has passed away and gone by. Guru Purnima is that day as a chela or as a shishya, we make that opportunity, we must put aside everything that we do and we must go to the feet of our Guru, meaning that you must go and visit your Guru. It is said the duty of a Guru is to continue to bless his chela. The duty of a godchild, whether it be male or female in this world, her duty is to continue to touch the feet of the Guru and claim the blessings of the Guru forever and always. Now the Guru is very important in our life. The Guru, let us put it in this way. The Guru, it becomes the passport. And the mantra that the Guru, he gives you, it becomes like a visa. So in order for both of them to be activated and initiated, you must have both of them together. Meaning, one of us, we have our Guru, we perform that Guru's sanskar, which is called a christening ceremony, but we do not call it christening, but the term christening becomes from that of Christ. So we call it Guru Mukh Sanskar. 16 different sanskar as a human being we undergo in our lives. And that is a very important sanskar. Now as I said, Guru, you must visit a Guru. You must never ever get an invitation to go to your Guru. It is your duty to always visit your Guru. You do not see a Guru only on that one day, probably once a year if you have puja. Your duty is to go to your Guru. If you have something spiritually that is clicking in your mind and you cannot get that answer, you go to your Guru. That is the purpose of a Guru. But you must honor, you must respect, and listen to what I say, honor and respect. You must never disrespect your Guru. It is stated in our scriptures, he or she, whoever ill speaks that Guru, it is the most heinous sin that any man in this world can commit. Like saying and indulging in idle thoughts. You know, we're living in an English world. And for some reason, if you call, and you try and call again, and you call again, your Guru will answer your phone, and you say he's too busy for you. Right? You must never ever say that. Or you must say your Guru is so high that he don't have time for you. You must never say that. It is due to your karma, your actions, that you have chosen that Guru. So, as Paramahansa Yogananda says, you get what you deserve and you deserve what you get. Right? It is yours. You choose such a person. That is why it is very important when we go to choose a Guru, make sure that is the person you want. The same way you will have time for the Guru must also have time for you. And when you have puja, the Guru is side by side with you. Now Bhagavan says, they both must be initiated in order for it to work. You must always go to your Guru and you must japa the mantra. Many of us have Guru mantra and half of us in this world, or some of us in this world, recite it 108. No less, not 9 times, not 10 times, not 5 times, not 3 times, or 1 time. You must recite it 108. So that you can activate that Shakti or that energy of that mantra. That mantra is so important to you. Because when you physically die, and the soul, it goes back to Godhead. And you cannot say the Guru mantra when Bhagavan Vishnu or Indra, Devata asks you to recite it. If you never practice it when you are alive, how can you practice it? Or how can you preach it? Or how can you say it when you're dead? So practice makes perfect. That is why I say, the Guru becomes the passport and mantra is the visa. Both must be activated together in order to take your flight. If you do not have your passport, you cannot get a visa. You cannot have a visa, and that passport becomes null and void. So Bhagavan says, you must first understand and analyze and we must always respect our Guru at all times. So now we have to understand what is a Guru. That Guru is a teacher. The Ramayan Sumirran, it speaks about a Guru as he relates to us, as he gives us the power. And I'll give you a little story when I finish with Ramayan Sumirran. A form of concentration that one must cleanse the mind. So together, we all clasp our hands, we close our eyes as we engage in the Ramayan Sumirran.
जो सुंदरता से भी हो गणनायक परिवारना कारुण्यो रसो बुद्धिराशि शुभ गुणसरणा
Before we continue, If anybody at this time has any mobile device upon them at that time, I will ask of you to kindly please place it on silent or switch it off. Before we engage in satsang, and our mind must focus upon the feet of Bhagwan at all times. We must forget all physical and all materialistic things that goes around us in this world. We must first clean the mind in order to find Bhagwan. That is the first step we must do. If we do not clean the mirror of the mind, how can we actually go to find Bhagwan? Because Bhagwan, He resides in each and every one of us, what we call our heart. And if we have no love in our heart, and we have malice and hatred and anger, then Bhagwan can never reside in your mind. That is why I said, you must first light that first diya or that first lamp in your heart. As I said, you must clean your mind. One day, a man and his wife decided to have a cup of tea. And while the man is drinking this cup of tea, the wife comes and she sits next to this man. And she looks out of her window and she sees the neighbor is hanging out clothes, but the neighbor is hanging out dirty clothes. So it bothers her a little bit, and she says, "Husband, what is wrong with the neighbor? Who on earth would hang out dirty clothes?" He told her, "Leave her alone." The second morning comes. She sits down, she drinks a cup of tea, she looks outside the window, and she still sees dirty clothes. So she told her husband, "You know what? I think I should go and approach the neighbor and tell her what they're doing is very wrong." He said, "Leave her alone. Leave the neighbor alone. Do not say nothing. The third day come." When she go and she went outside her window, she say, "Husband, like you tell the neighbor today, what they're doing is wrong." He said, "No, my dear. Today I decide to clean the window." See, her mind is showing her that the neighbor is hanging out dirty clothes. But deep down inside, the mirror is dirty. That is why I say you must first clean the mirror of the mind. And if you cannot clean the mirror of the mind, how can you focus? How can you concentrate upon Bhagwan? You see, to find God, we have not to go anywhere. God is already here. God is here, He's there, and He's everywhere. As the Ramayan says, "Siya Rama makes Sabachakatani, Karabhupradanam Jodi Chatapani." You must see God in everybody, whether he, she, animate or inanimate in this world, whether be a worst enemy in this world, the Quran says. And when you see God in such a person, you see the divinity of God residing in that person, and when you can see that, then you bow. Then you say Namaste or Sitaram. When you say Sitaram, you see Sitaram in that person, and you bow to that person when you see it. But many of us, in the age of Kali, it is very difficult to do such a thing. Because first of all, many of us do not understand what the word love is. We could not understand what is hate. You see, it is easy to hate someone than to love someone in this world. Whether it be love in the form of infatuation, or whether it be love in true love. Many of us, we say, we love our husband, we love our wife, we love our children, we love God. But what form of love are we speaking about? Physical love, spiritual love, mental love, psychological love? What love it is? Love does not come from words, love comes from deep down inside. You see, the love, it is part of sacrifice that we do in this world. Today, Katha, it is that of the sacrifice. That is why I'm speaking about love. The sacrificial form that Keki did for us in this world. And I will go in depth and I will explain to you, I will try my best to explain to you how simple it is to do such a thing. And some of us, when we do certain things, we must never ever judge people in this world. As we listen now in Duha. First of all, what is a Ramayana? We all go to satsang and we listen to Ramayana, that's all. But what is Ram? What is Ayan? Who is Ram? Ram is that manifestation form of Bhagwan. He has taken that form as Manuman to teach us in this world, and we must understand, he comes to teach us in this world how we must live together as a family. Just as Lord Krishna, when he came to this world, he came to show us how that one can find God and how can one can prepare himself to go and meet God. It is very simple. Ram, Ayan. Ram, which is Bhagwan himself. And Ayan, in Hindi, it means home. So Ram Ayan, it means the home, or Ram Ayan, it means the abode of Prabhu Sri Ram. So Bhagwan Sri Ram, he resides in the Ramayan. You see, we have 4 Vedas, Chardo Veda. And the name of the Vedas, there's something hidden in between. Look at it. There's the Rig Veda, there's the Yajur Veda, there's the Sama Veda, and there's the Athara Veda. Let us go to school and listen to it. Rig Veda, the first syllable in Rig Veda, we get R. The Yajur Veda. The second syllable in the Yajur Veda is YA. In the Sama Veda, SAM, Ma. And the Athara Veda, ATHA. What do we get? Ram. Bhagwan himself is hidden in the 4 Vedas. Now say Chardo Veda. The Chardo Veda, Bhagwan Sri Ram, he resides in these Vedas. He resides in the scriptures. But it is up to man in this world to embrace God and for man to receive the word or the knowledge of God. I can teach you whole night as I can pray like a donkey whole night. And if your mind it becomes very close, you can never ever see God in this way. You can come tonight satsang because Mataji have invited you and she have told you this ability, or you can come to satsang in a form to educate yourself spiritually in this world. Because many of us in this world, we are not educated spiritually. Agree with me? Many of us, we have academical knowledge. And we feel that we have all the academical knowledge, that we are all there. Let me give you a little story. One day, a man decided to leave Trinidad to go to India for vacation. And when he reaches India, the man was very shocked. And tears came to the man's eyes to see so many beggars in India. So he saw a man with 2 hands like this, begging like that. So he approaches the man and he said, "Kind sir, why, first of all, why is it that you're begging? And why, second, why is your 2 hands open like this?" So the man, he chuckled and he smiled. And listen to what he says. He said, "My dear friend," he said, "business is good, so I've opened the next branch." See? So his business is good, so he opened the next branch. So he gave him nothing. He said no. He said he don't deserve nothing. So he said money. He saw a man with his hand like this. And he goes towards this man, but when he glimpsed the face of this man, he said, "But I feel that I know this man." So he goes towards this beggar, and he said, "Here is something." He said, "But before I give you this, I feel I know you." And the beggar smiled, and he said, "Yes, I know you too." He said, "But how is it possible that I know you, and you know me, and it is my first time coming to India?" And when he took the money from him, he said, "Don't worry, we are friends on Facebook." Listen, spiritually, we are like beggars. Technologically, we are growing. But spiritually, we have no knowledge in this world. You see, we are begging for knowledge. And yet, when we get knowledge, right, we discard knowledge. Sometimes, someone might give you $1 or 25 cents. But you might not look at the sacrifice he does to do such a thing. But you're only looking at the little bit that the person has given you. That little bit can take you so much and so long. It is up to you what you do with it, how you invest it, how you can invest your life in the spiritual knowledge. How can we do that? We can help the soul so the soul can attain Godhead. You see, right now, many of us in this world, our soul, it becomes sleep. It becomes dead in this world. Because we are active physically, but the soul, it is sleeping daily. And the soul, it is dying every single day. Because why? We are feeding the physical body and we do not feed that soul. And it is very simple to feed the soul. All you have to do is clasp your hands, close your eyes, meditate upon Bhagavan and pray with faith, love and devotion. And everything that you want, it will be given to you. But some of us, when we pray to God, we feel that God is like a ATM machine. That when they push a card, and they ask what you want, you get back something, you type something. That is not how life is. Life is not like that. If it is due to your good karma, then it will be given to you. If your karma is not good, then you could play the lotto 1,000,000 times and you lose 1,000,000 times. If your karma is great and you pay 1 time or 3 times and you win it 3 times, that is your karma. That is your actions. That is your reward in this world. But physically, will it really make you happy in this world? These are the questions that we must ask ourselves. You see, Raja Dasharat, he could not have no children. And the statement of scriptures, at one point, he adopted a daughter. The daughter name was Shanta. And this daughter he adopted, he still felt something was missing in his life. What? He felt that if I do not have no son, who will take my lineage, who will carry out my lineage, and who will live my life? If I don't have no son, my daughter might get married, her lineage will change, and then she will have to go to the next family. But my son will stay, and he will bring forth him to my home. And he went to his guru, and his guru told him, "Oh Raja, there is something which is called a Putrakam Yajna Sanskar. If you perform that yajna, you will get 4 sons. And the queens, they will have to partake of the kheer or the payasam. Doing such a thing, they perform this yajna. And the queen, they partake of this. But it is stated, one of the payasam was left on the window. And a bird was flying, and the bird takes some of the kheer. And when the bird was traveling, some of the kheer fell in Anjali while she was partaking of food. So listen to it. Dear Dasharat, he had 4 sons. He had Ram, he had Bharat, he had Shatrahan, and who again? And Lakshman, the most important one. But then many of us will not know. Some of us might know. There's a 5th one involved. Hanuman. Hanuman was one of the sons of Raja Dasharat. Not physically, but due to that Putrakam Yajna Sanskar. That is why Hanumanji is the brother of Sri Ram. When Hanumanji walks, Sri Ram walks. But the Guru told Raja Dasharat, "Oh Dasharat, one day you will have to pay a price for this. Because it is due to your karma that you could not have no children. But you have changed destiny, O Raja Dasharat. And now you will have to pay the price for it. Not today, not tomorrow, but later down the night you will have to pay the price for it." Dasharat said, "I do not care. Give it to me so that I can have 4 sons." So said, so done. Raja Dasharat, he did such a thing. Now, many of us in this world, when we do certain sacrifice in this world, we don't care. Because it is a sacrifice and he or she can tell you what is wrong or what is right. You will not listen to that person. You will not even budge, you will not even move to listen to that person. You will not even take a second thought into your mind. You will not even analyze what you're doing. Because if someone said that is that and that is how to do it, then do it so. And in your mind will stick with that and you will do it. It was stated, he gave birth to that 4 sons. Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, and Shatrughan. And his 4 sons were 4 great sons indeed. It was stated one day, Dasharath, he had grown with this love that can grow over and over, and then over and over for that Mayam Purushottam Prabhu Shri Ram. And one day, Raja Dasharath is speaking to Keki Mata, and he's saying, "Oh Keki," he said, "one day I would like to see Shri Ram on the throne of Ayodhya." And she said, "Oh Dasharath," and this is what she said, "why not make it soon?" And Dasharath said, "So?" She said, "Yes." She said, "Even though I have a son, Bharat, Shri Ram is even dear to me as a son." So he didn't have a stepson, or 1 son, or 2 sons. She looked at it as one in this world. You see, she did not practice in this day and age what we call favoritism. Favoritism is something. You have 4 children in your home, you might take the one more than the other one. Because one might like for something, that one might get us gold. And you also then, you cannot do what you want. Bhagavan says, he said, you must never analyze in such a way. If you have 2 hands, which one is greater? The right one or the left hand? Which one? The right or the left hand? None. They both are the same. It is how you use it. You have 2 eyes. Which one is greater? It's how you use it, where you look. So it becomes to your karma. You see, you cannot say the right hand is greater than the left hand, because you will need the left hand. If you go to fall, try to stand up with 1 hand. How fast you can stand up with 1 hand? You see, you must give thanks to everything that you have in this world. So Raja Dasharath was instructed by these words, and he decided, I will give my son Shri Ram the throne of Ayodhya. But in the next kalp, it was stated, in the heavenly abode, where Brahma and Saraswati Mata, they stood. Brahma is speaking to Saraswati Mata, and he's saying, "Oh Saraswati Mata, this could never be." She said, "Why?" She said, "Look, Shri Ram is going to become king of Ayodhya." He said, "No, this will never be." As we listen in Ramayan, what happens? Jai Ram Shri Ram But Brahma is speaking to Saraswati Mata, and he's saying Shri Ram must never take the throne of Ayodhya. Why is that? Why should not Shri Ram take the throne of Ayodhya? Why is that? Many of us will say that is a good thing. But then, when Brahma, he touches the heart of Saraswati Mata, tears start to flow from the eyes of Saraswati Mata. I will not tell you what happened, what Saraswati Mata sees yet. It's only when Saraswati Mata decided, oh Dasharath, Keki is sitting on a swing and nobody is next to her. Let us go and see and let us explain to her, let us give her this message, for it is very important, O Brahma, that she receive this message. In the second cult now it is stated, where Keki is sitting there and Dasharath is going into his room to take a sleep or a nap, as one will see. This woman, a humpbacked woman, she approaches Keki Mata. And Keki Mata is happy and she's watching the stars, she's watching the moon, and she's very happy. She sees so much joy inside the heart of Keki. But you know something? When everything is going right in our life, somebody somehow has come to put one spoke in our life to just shut us down. So doing such a thing now, Keki Mata, she sits and she invites that person, oh Mantra, have a seat. And Mantra, listen to what she says. She says, Keki, why are you so happy? She says, the son of Raja Dasharath, my son also is going to accept the throne of Ayodhya. And then Mantra, she says, Bharat? He says, no, Ram. And then she continued to say, he said, why not your son? Why not the Sri Ram? She says, oh lady, he said, it is I who told Raja Dasharath to do such a thing. Now listen, one time her mind is so good, and now her mind, it becomes chal now. It is jumping all about. Keki mind is so good, it is thinking very good, nothing negative. Then Mantra comes and says, she said, but lady, if Raja Dasharath takes Sri Ram and put Sri Ram in the throne of Ayodhya, then Sri Ram might kick out your son out of Ayodhya. And she said, true? She said, you think that will be? She said, yes. She said, that is going to happen. She said, so then what must I do? You must go to Dasharath and you must explain to Dasharath. Remember, O Keki, once upon a time, you helped revive Dasharath on that battlefield. It is stated one day Dasharath was fighting, and while Dasharath was fighting, a demon threw a spear into the air, and the spear into the air, it hit the chest of Dasharath. No one to help Dasharath, but Keki Mata, she went and she pulled out, she break the tip and pushed the arrow straight out and pulled it out and revived Dasharath. That is one. In the second cut, it was stated the same demon was fighting him once more, and that spear, instead of hit the chest of Raja Dasharath, destiny changed. It started to hit one of the rim of that chariot while it was spinning over and over. And Keki Mata saw what was going on there. And she took her little finger and she placed it like an axle. Right? So the chariot could continue to go on its destiny and Raja Dasharath would get that boon. That is 2 boon that Keki got. She said, oh Keki Mata, go to Raja Dasharath, tell Dasharath that you want what you want and use the boon as your power. Coming back to the second term, Saraswati Mata and Brahma, they came down to Mrityu Lok. Mrityu, it means death. Lok, it means planet. So this, what we call Earth, it is called the planet of death, not life. Because everything that is born into this world, it must all go back one day. And everything must go back one day. Nobody in here made the turn stone. No matter how much oil and food or head and shoulder you use, a dog soap to look pretty and young, but you still have to go. Because the physical body might be good, but the soul is dying. Remember what I said? The soul is dying. So we might want to look bright like a star, and deep down, the soul is dying. So how young you may want to look, but you must learn to feed the soul also. So Bhagavan says, Oh Saraswati Mata, go and explain. And when Keki Mata, she saw Saraswati Mata coming from a boat, she started to smile and she clasped her hands and tears started to flow from her eyes because she thought it was a great moment, a great sign to see Saraswati Mata at her doorway. And she said, "Oh Ma, please tell me, why have you come here to grace me with your presence?" And she said, "Oh Saraswati, please tell me why." And Saraswati Mata said, "Lady, first I want you to have a seat, and then I will explain to you." She said, "Keki, I know that you're very happy today, and Sri Ram is going to accept the throne of Ayodhya, but I want you, and I'm going to tell you, do not let that happen." Keki said, "Why? Why should I not let that happen? It will bring so much pain and sorrow to Raja Dasharath. Why are you telling me to do such a thing?" She says, "Listen." She says, "I cannot do such a thing." And then Saraswati Mata, with the power Brahma has given her, they pause time for 11 seconds. That 11 seconds become like 2 days. That is how it is described. And when she touched the hands of Keki Mata, she started to cry. You know what she saw? Let me tell you what she saw. She saw that if Sri Ram would take the throne of Ayodhya, Raja Ravan, he would rule the earth. He would get the 11th head or the 10th head to continue to destroy mankind. And if Sri Ram would take the throne of Ayodhya, there is nobody to fight for our own welfare. You see, look at how important it was. If Sri Ram would stay in Ayodhya, then maybe none of us will be here today. We are considered to be good as dead. Sri Ram, his duty and his leela came on earth to protect Bipradenu, the saints, the sage, and all the devotees of Bhagavan himself. They came here for the protection of the good in this world. And Sri Ram, he knew what his duty was. But then Keki Mata said, "Oh Ma, how must I go and tell Raja Dasharatha?" She said too, "Oh Keki Ma, you must use the 2 moon that he was given." Now the stated on scriptures, as we listen in Chaupai, what's happened? Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Jai Rama Shri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Shankar Bhagavan is speaking to Parvati Mata. And he's relating, "Oh Parvati Mata, listen to how mantra she explains. Listen to how mantra speaks to Keki Ma." It is stated, as Shankar Bhagavan says, mantra words are sweet to the ear and destructful the results was administered that honey mingled with deadly poison as she handed to the air of Katie Ma. If someone makes poison, right, and they mix honey also with that poison, and they give it to you, will you know the results? In this part, Sri Ram is trying to tell us, sweet talk do not carry no weight. You know, some people in Trinidad, Mamagism, they don't do that yet. Boy should not fool girl, girl should not fool boy. It shall not go that way. Husband shall not fool wife, vice versa, in any way. It shall not be such a way. But he said, when someone brings news to you, you must be careful of such a person, because that person has false pride in such a person. So Mantra is speaking to Kejima. And when she's speaking to her, it sounds so sweet. You understand? It sounds so sweet that she said, it's true, that will happen. She didn't say, hey Keji, do not put Sri Ram, remove it. He said, Mata, you must not put Sri Ram there, you must put Bharat there, and Bharat will take care of your welfare, and everything will go good in the city of Ayodhya if only Sri Ram would be thrown out of Ayodhya. Please do such a thing and go and tell Dasharath. That is how sweetly she placed it to me. Sometimes someone bring and carry news to us and we entertain that news in this world. Let me teach us. In the age of Kali Yuga, Sri Ram says, the word of God, it will not run through the air of man. For example, when we go to satsang meet, what is the purpose of satsang? When we sing, Jai Rama Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Many of us, when we do satsang, we hold our hands like this. We will sing, we might lip sing. Let me tell you something. In the Kali Yuga Ramayan Katha, when Sri Ram is speaking to people of Ayodhya, he explains to us. Because when Sri Ram speaks, it is us that he's speaking to. When Lord Krishna speaks to Arjun, it is us that he's speaking to. We become the Arjunan society and we become the devotees, we become the Bharat, we become the Lakshman, we become the Dasharath, because it is channeling through each and every one of us. He says, when we go to satsang, we must embrace the satsang in our lives. When the Vedas, he sings Shri Ram, Shri Ram, wait you sing it. First you will activate the soul and the soul becomes alive once more. But if you don't sing it, then it becomes nullified and the purpose of coming to satsang, it becomes no purpose at all. If you think you come to listen to the Vedas and what you're reading and how much bhajan you will sing tonight and oh, he reads so good, that is not satsang. Satsang is when you partake of the satsang, you sing, you clap, and you join together. That's all. It is when to clap. When we clap together, we create that Shakti. If one person clap, you will feel it. But if 10 of us clap together and 100 of us clap together, you will feel the vibration there. When we sing, we must not sing shyly, we must sing. And we must sing with love, faith, and devotional heart. And that must not come from here or here. It must come from inside here. No matter if you can't sing it, you still sing. Because you're still making the attempt to sing and sing that praises for Him to the mind. So you don't have nobody who can't sing and who can't sing in this world. It is up to you to make the opportunity. Do not make excuse. Now listen to what I'm telling you now. When you go to satsang, if you can't clap, at least put your hand like this and listen to the KVMs. Right? Because mainly all the king say that bhajan, the poet who sings that bhajan, he says to us, what he says? He says, I have come into this world with a clean blanket. Tell her, right? And now, oh now, I am leaving with a dirty blanket. My instrument, it has been broken. What is the instrument? The bark and the hands. Oh God, you have given to me it, and you have blessed me with it, and now I no longer cannot use it. So one day when you don't have your hand, you ask God why. One day when you can't speak, you ask God why. One day when you can't see, you ask why. One day when you can't do nothing, you will ask why. But nobody asks how. Why it has happened? Everybody want to know why it has happened. Because when you go to satsang, you sing and glorify. I will tell you what will happen to such a person who does not sing in satsang.